Let's start with a lie. The world tells you, follow your passion and success will come. Work hard and everything will work out. Stay positive and the universe will reward you. But here's what they don't tell you. Passion fades. Hard work alone isn't enough. Positivity won't save you when life gets real. What you need is discipline. The quiet, steady, unshakable commitment to keep going. When no one's watching, when you're tired, when you're bored, when you're heartbroken, when nothing seems to be working. Discipline is what builds success, brick by brick, day by day. Let me ask you this. If you never got credit, would you still do the work? If no one applauded you, would you still wake up early? If it took 5 years, 10 years, would you still grind? That's where real success begins. That's where most people quit, but not you. Let's talk about motivation. It's the high after watching a hype video, the energy after hearing an inspiring podcast. But motivation is like fireworks, beautiful, exciting, but short-lived. You can't build a life on fireworks. You build it on fuel, and that fuel is discipline. Here's a story. Eric Thomas, the hip-hop preacher, was once homeless. He lived in abandoned buildings, ate out of trash cans, but every single day he found a library, and he read, and he studied, and he trained his voice, even when no one believed in him. Today, he speaks to NFL teams, Fortune 500 companies, and millions worldwide. Was he motivated? Sure. But when motivation faded, discipline kept him going. Because discipline doesn't ask, how do you feel? It asks, what needs to be done? We admire greatness. We post quotes from Elon Musk, Michael Jordan, Serena Williams. But we rarely study how they got there. We see the championship. We don't see the early mornings, the brutal failures, the lonely nights. Michael Phelps trained every day for 5 straight years. No days off, not one. Think about that. No birthdays, no holidays, no I don't feel like it days. When asked why, he said, if I take one day off, I know my competitors won't. Discipline isn't a punishment, it's preparation. Success isn't random, it's rehearsed. What happens when your plan fails? When life falls apart? That's when discipline becomes your anchor. In 2008, J.K. Rowling was broke, divorced, depressed. She contemplated suicide. But every night after putting her daughter to bed, she wrote. She didn't know if Harry Potter would ever be published. She wrote anyway. Because discipline isn't about guarantees, it's about faith in the work. Today, she's one of the richest authors in history, not because she waited to feel ready, but because she showed up anyway. And when your moment comes, and it will, discipline is what makes sure you're prepared for it. Repetition is boring, but repetition is what builds empires. Bruce Lee said, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Discipline is repetition, the same routine, the same grind, over and over and over again. Want to master your craft? Fall in love with the boring stuff. Stephen Curry still practices layups. Oprah Winfrey still journals every day. Tom Brady, even at the top of his game, still watched film for hours daily. They didn't stop when they got great. They got great because they never stopped. Discipline isn't just physical, it's mental armor. It's what stops you from quitting after a failure, from doubting yourself when critics show up, from comparing yourself to people who started 5 years before you. Angela Duckworth studied high achievers, Navy SEALs, top CEOs, artists. She found one common trait: grit, not talent, not intelligence, but the ability to keep going, even when it hurts. And grit is built from, you guessed it, discipline. Pain is a powerful teacher, but without discipline, pain just becomes trauma. With discipline, pain becomes fuel. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. Most would have broken. He came out stronger because every single day in that cell, he committed to growth, to purpose, to something bigger than himself. Discipline gave him focus, and focus gave him power. So when life breaks you, don't run, don't numb, train, turn pain into purpose through disciplined action. Discipline isn't just about results, it's about who you become in the process. Every early morning, every hard choice, every no to comfort, you are becoming the person your future depends on. Ask yourself, would your 10-year future self thank you for how you live today? If the answer is no, change it. Build daily. Like Will Smith said, lay one brick each day as perfectly as you can. Eventually, you'll have a wall. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. The world doesn't need more dreamers. It needs more doers. More people willing to show up when it's hard, to rise when it's uncomfortable, to fight for their future. Because in the end, discipline is the difference between a wish and legacy.